Om Namo Narayanaaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are looking the extra comments about the Vishnu Sahasranamam. The Supreme cannot be defined the since he is the very substratum of all the qualities. He cannot be denominated by any name or indicated by any term or defined in any language or ever expressed even vaguely in any literary form. He is beyond both the known and the unknown. He is the very illumining principle of consciousness that illuminates all experiences. And he has many manifestations, and therefore he can have infinite names in terms of his manifestations. Definitions should directly describe the thing defined, and here we have 1,000 indirect definitions with which the real, the infinite, is being indicated in terms of the unreal and the finite. These 1,000 names of the Lord have been coined and given out by the rishis. They were collected and strung together into a joyous hymn to Vishnu, a garland of devotion and reverence by the poet Sri Vyasa. Since each of them is thus an indicative definition of the unknown in terms of the known, each term here is believed to rocket us up into the realms of the divine experience. Only when we have lifted our minds towards it through contemplation. Thus, the Vishnu Sahasranama is employed not only by the devotees in the sweet attitude of sporting with the Lord, but these are also employed by the contemplative students of philosophy as gliders to roam in the realms of inspired higher consciousness. In the Kali Sandharana Upanishads, which is one of the minor Upanishads, we find the great devotee Narada Maharshi approaching Brahma to inquire what is the way out for man to evolve in these hard days of extravededness, which is quite natural and unavoidable in this Kali Yuga. Repetition of the names of Narayana is the only sufficient enough. That was the reply given by Brahma to the Narada. It is to be carefully noted here that in the sixth question, the inquiry was how can creatures realize the highest Jandu, means that which is born. So all living creatures are fit for this easy path. Creatures could even include the animal kingdom as it is described in the Puranas in their own poetic language. In the Turkudachala lake, the elephant that was caught by the crocodile is described as having been saved by the Lord Gajendra Moksha. The story of Jadabharata is yet another example. Shankara, in his commentary, describes here Jaba as comprehensive of all the three types. They are: first one, that which can be heard by others; second one, that which is heard by ourselves; the third one, that which is mental. Vishnu Sahasranama can be employed in performing japa of all these three kinds. In these 1,000 names, we meet with, though rarely, some repetitions. Already we discussed. Exactly 19 names have been repeated in this great hymn. Of them, 74 are repeated twice, 14 are repeated thrice, and again 2 of them are found to have been repeated 4 times. Sometimes the terms are repeated as such as Vishnu, Vishnu, Shiva, Shiva, etc. like that. And sometimes different words with the same meaning are also employed. Sripati, Madhava, Pushkaraksha, Kamalaksha. These need not be considered as a defect, since this hymn is a chant of his glory. In a chant of glory or in chant of stuti, repetitions are acceptable. It is but a style of the emotional heart to repeat its declarations of love. There are exactly 1031 single names of the Lord in the 1,000 name chant Sahasranama. The extra 31 names are to be considered each as an adjective qualifying, that is Visheshana, the immediately following noun. When one makes Archana to the Lord, the correct dative case is to be used. There are 20 double names in the first 500 names and 11 double names in the second half of the chant. There is one indeclinable word used, and it, that is 896th, should be used in the dative for Archana as Sanak Namaha. So to the 929th name in the chant being a plural noun should be used in Archana as Sadhyo Namaha. It will also be found as we study the significances of these divine names that Vyasa has employed, sometimes masculine gender and other occasions feminine gender, and some other times even neuter gender. Whenever it is masculine, it denotes Vishnu, the Lord of Lakshmi, and when it is feminine, it is indicative of his might, glory, or power, Devatas, that is manifest everywhere. And when the term is the neuter gender, it means pure Brahman, the infinite reality. This Archana is generally performed by devotees daily. If it is not convenient, they perform this worship at least on their own birthdays, on eclipse days, and on the day on which the sun moves from one zodiac to another, Sankranti day. This performance has been prescribed by the Shastra for warding off troubles arising from the position of planets, anger of the ruler, incurable diseases, and ruthless enemies. The highest effect is for purifying the mind and thus gaining more and more inner poise for the sadhaka in meditation. Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda